All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing and salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today, is dealing with the book of Philippians chapter 4, all right, and starting at verse 6, okay, because, we have to appreciate, everything that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is doing. The easiest thing to do, is complain, and we grow up in a society that's full of negativity, complaining, all right, because appreciation, for what the Lord is doing, okay, is not a culture, okay, in this world, in this age. People, feel entitled, people, love to play victim, in every situation, okay. But as we, are becoming new creatures, and looking at things with different eyes, with different lens, okay, from a different perspective, we should be extremely thankful, man, okay, for all the little things, all the little victories, okay, the victory small and great, and in between, everything that the Lord is doing and has done, and all the promises, that we'll see coming to pass, man, because these prophecies are indicator, that the Lord is dealing. Okay, so as we see prophecy continue, to unfold, and we have to be thankful, for these things. Okay, because we're not concerned with, social status, chasing the bag, becoming, wealthy, and we're not, material things don't validate us. Status doesn't validate us. Being popular, those things don't validate us. They don't fulfill us, man. You know, as far as finances, we do what we got to do, and the Lord provides. And being thankful for what we got, for our day to day. Okay, we're not destitute because there's a lot of people that's just finished. There's a lot of people that have declined drastically. Okay, in their situations, man, and it's only getting worse. Okay, but the Lord is keeping us, man. Okay, in a time of uncertainty, in a time of instability, we're being kept, and the main thing that He's keeping is our mind. All right, which that's going to be extremely precious, okay, as things get more strenuous in this society. So let's go to the book of Philippians chapter 4, verse 6, and this is in the GNT Bible, okay, which is a good news, okay, translation, all right, and it says Genesis 4, all right, and I started at 6. It says, don't worry about anything, but in all your prayers, ask the Most High for what you need, always asking Him with a thankful heart, and we've been conditioned not to worry, man, because, this, when you grow up, especially, you grow up a little on the, poor side, just so much instability and insecurity that you just live a life, full of worrying about everything. Everything is a crisis when, you don't have a lot of resources, man. And as we mature in the faith, we're being conditioned to trust. Okay, we're being conditioned, all right, not to worry, man. We're gonna be good. Okay, sometimes the Lord will have us go through setbacks, and then He'll make a way, and that's Him conditioning us to trust Him and not to worry, man, not to panic. Okay, in a tense, situation. All right, because we're coming into the hour of temptation, man. This is going to be a major trying, okay, for the believers. Okay, so we're being conditioned not to worry now, and pray on things, man. Pray in these situations, man. Okay, of uncertainty, of instability, man. Pray. Okay, pray for not only the resources but the mind and the wisdom to maneuver through these situations, man. The patience to get through these situations, man. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. These are things that I'm constantly learning. constantly learning every day, So going back, it says, this is Philippians 4:6. It says, don't worry about anything, but in all your prayers ask the Most High for what you need. Always asking him with a thankful heart. All right, and with a thankful heart, a heart of being grateful, man, appreciation. We're not owed anything, man. Okay, what? Because we stopped eating pork a few years ago. The Lord's indebted to us. You see, because we don't get lineups anymore. The Lord is not dead. No, man. And we do these things that even the piece of the law, the portion of the law that we can keep. First, we do it in faith. Okay, that He is. All right, and He's sending His Son back, Yahushua. All right, and we do it as a token of appreciation, man. And we understand that this is the way to be. Like keeping the law is doing us a favor. Being obedient to this word, this is for our benefit, man. Okay, we're not doing the Lord any favor. Okay, we should be extremely appreciative for everything that the Lord does, man. Even the tribulation, even the setbacks, even the certain disappointments and all these, because it's refining us, man. Okay, and it's preparing us to be how the Lord wants us to be. Okay, so we should have an appreciative spirit, man. These are the type of things we should pray for, an appreciative spirit, man, to appreciate, man. Okay, all this prophecy happening, we should be appreciative. We don't have millions of dollars, man, but hey, World War III is in progress, man. Okay, the Sea Hip is in progress, man. Jacob Trouble is in progress. Okay, Esau's kingdom is being dismantled right before our eyes, man. Okay, and we should be appreciative of this thing, man. The Lord is doing this on behalf of His elect, man. Okay, on behalf of His people, man. So we should be extremely appreciative, man. So reading on, it says, in the Most High's peace, all right, which is far beyond human understanding, all right, will keep your hearts and minds safe in union with Yahushua HaMashiach, man. So being tapped in, it produces a peace that this world can't understand. Okay, a peace of mind in these times, this is going to be a miracle. Just to have a peace of mind in the chaos that's coming, that's going to be a miracle within itself, man. Okay, and these people, they're not going to be able to fathom how we're going to be at peace with what's happening. Because people ask us as we go into prophecy, well, what y'all going to do? We're going to believe. Okay, we're going to believe. Okay, the Lord, there's provisions already set up. We don't have to, worry ourselves with trying to stress and prepare for every scenario. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having, certain plan of actions, knowing what we know. Okay, you might have, flashlights or, solar lights or a few things put up. Okay, but that ain't where our hope is at. That ain't where our trust. That ain't what we don't get comforted by prepping. Okay, the way these people prep, we get confidence by prepping according to the Spirit, by being pleasing unto our power. That's the best way to prep, to be pleasing to our power within this grace period, man. And He gonna provide. He gonna make a way. All right, and he does it. All right, now to condition us to trust in that. Okay, when this thing collapsed completely, man. All right, and see, I say, going back to that peace that we have, this world can't understand, and this world can't take it away. As long as we cleave to Yahushua, nobody can take the peace that we have away that comes from serving Yahushua, man. Okay, and it says, verse 8, in conclusion, my friends, fill your minds with those things, all right, that are good, all right, and that deserve praise, things that are true, noble, right, pure, lovely, and honorable, man. You see, so we shouldn't be occupied in things that don't matter, okay, and negativity and the gaslighting of this world. And nah, man, we'll focus on, all right, a righteous kingdom that's getting ready to be established in the earth, man. The throne of David that's coming to the earth, man. Okay, the elect being delivered, being changed, man. Okay, us being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai forever, man. Constantly forward and righteous forever, man. Okay, going back home. You see, those are the things that our minds should be occupied in, man. Not the filth of this world, okay, or the distractions of anyone that's trying to, be an impediment, okay, to this truth. Anyone that's trying to, bring distractions in your mind, or, negativity in your space. Nah, man, the hell, we beyond that now. Okay, people shouldn't be, all right, having what they call it, um, living rent free in your mind. Okay, things that don't matter, things that are negative, things that are toxic and filth, they shouldn't have, free space in your mind. Nah, man, our mind should be filled. As you read again, in conclusion, my friends, fill your minds with those things that are good and that deserve praise, things that are true, noble, right, pure, lovely, and honorable. Okay, and honorable, man. You see, things that are true, noble, right, things that deserve praise, man. Okay, and Satan is full of gimmicks and tricks and comes in many ways, forms, fashions, angles to try to have us occupied, okay, in BS, man, and dysfunction and chaos and, things of this world, and try to pull you this way and pull you that way and try to, make it seem like you're not doing this and you should be. Nah, man, we'll focus on, okay, what's at hand. Okay, brother, stay tapped into what's at hand. Check out of this shit here, okay, and tap into this. Check out to this bullshit here and tap into this, man. This where is it. Okay, ain't nothing but death and confusion, okay, in the midst of this age, man. Okay, check out from this shit and tap into this, brothers. Okay, and it's in verse 9. It's the point that says, put in practice what you learn and receive from me, both from my words, okay, and from my actions, and the power who gives us peace will be with you, man. And that's Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, so we have, okay, everything that we need to finish the mission. Okay, and the Lord is requiring of us, to be more tapped into this, but to put in practice, okay, the things that we teach and that we preach, man. And as we begin to see the peace it produces, as we begin to see, the favor of the Lord increase, because even if the hell increase, guess what? That's the Lord's going to show favor, okay, to bring us out of that hell, okay. So we in a good place, man. So the thing is to keep going, all right, to finish this thing out, and so to be more tapped in, all right, to this, and more checked out to everything else, man. All right, all in balance. Okay, so Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully, shalom.